Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
Now we will go into the condition first. When I talk about conditions, let's understand what is the condition that we are going to use. I think yes, this is the calculated field. It says that it is a facility which allows us to bring the data from related business object to a primary business object. This is one such scenario. One such a scenario in the sense that you can use multiple functions as I stated, and this can help us in getting it. The condition is, let's say this is my condition, display the first name, last name, gender, compensation grade, job profiler, where job profiles compensation grade is not empty. What are the things we have to display in the report? First name, last name, gender, comp, grade, and job profile. There are 5 fields: first name, last name, gender, comp, grade, job profile. 1, 3, 4, and 5. Now there are 5 columns that we have to display, that we are clear. The next part is what is on which condition we can do it, that the job profile field cannot be empty. It is always empty. In a current report that we are using, we are putting this compensation grade, we are using this. And we are using it from which business object? Job file. But you saw that I cannot add a filter on that. We cannot add subfilter. Did the subfilter work? We added the subfilter also. No, it did not work. Basically, it did not run properly because of the constraint. But how to overcome this constraint? Because this is how we have to understand the calculated fields, guys. If it was just simple, SQL, I could have just queried the data. Select first name, last name, gender, comp grade. Job profile from worker where job profile.comp grade is not equal to none. It would have been very easy. But here in Workday, we can't do it straight away. For that, we have 3 important calculated fields that we are going to use. And these are those calculated fields which is basically required on your day-to-day job. Let's run the report and try to understand that first. First, we will build the report. Or the report we have already. The last report that we have contains almost the same type of fields. Now let's try to find that report first of all. I don't remember. No EVDL. Sorry. Advanced. This is my report. My report is here. Now you see, this compensation grade is something which is coming as blank. For this user, the compensation grade is not there. And I don't want to display those users whose compensation grade is blank. Correct. Let's forget about this column now. It is there in the report, which is fine. Let's say if I extract those values from this column, which is not empty. If I'm able to extract those values, which is not empty, and I'll bring onto a field of a primary business object. Let's say I create a custom field and I bring those values onto a field of a primary business object. Then can I add a filter? For primary business object, we can add, this is the condition. My task here is to bring the values of this field onto a field of a primary business object. I will just go ahead and start creating the calculated fields. Just give me a minute. I want to remove this black box which is sitting here. I'll just open a new tab. Let that report run and I'll use this one. The task to create calculated fields. It is simple. Create calculated field. This is the task, create calculated field. That's it. Now it's asking you for the field name. Now the field name should be relevant, that you understand why I have created it. Now which field value I have to extract? Job profile. Compensation. I need those values, which is not empty, which is not false, correct, which is not blank. Are you getting the point? Can you just show me? You have to create it. You have typed on the same task. You have typed on the same page. This is the task. This is the task. Create calculated fields. What I'm asking is, in this particular column, which is compensation grade, which is coming from job profile, I need the true values. Basically, I need those values where the value is not blank. It means it's a true value. It's not a false value. What I'll do, I'll put a belly save_cf. CF stands for calculated fields, and I'll put a calculated field which is a condition which is true or false. I'm going to use a true, false field. And which is the business object from where I have to extract the value. Job profile. Now function. I told you there are multiple calculated fields. You see here. I am going to use option which says true, false. I'm going to use it and I'll go ahead and click on. Now you see. Job false. What is that field? Compensating grade. Which value I have to extract? It's not empty. Those values which is not empty. Now once I go ahead and click on this, calculated field is created. This field now will contain all the true values. All the true values basically means, let's say, if one person is working in the organization for more than 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Generally, every year or every alternate year, you will have change in your compensation grade because of appraisals. Now, when you are extracting compensation grade, it may have more than one value, guys. Do you understand Why I'm saying that? Because if a person is there in the system for more than 1 year, there is a probability that the promotion would have happened or appraisal would have happened. And in that case, a person might have multiple compensation grade. What happens at one time? Only one is active. There is a user called Manish. Now Manish has been there in the organization for last 4 years. 4 years, there has been 3 appraisals. Comp 1 was that when he joined, Comp 2 is when after 1 year, Comp 3 after second year. Now this is the latest one. This is the active one, but in the list there will be 2 more. What happens, guys? There is only one active at one point of time, but the other 2 will not go. It will be there in the system. It will be as a history. Like this was there, at this point of time or this age, but at this is going to be active. But when you extract the value, it contains all the values. This will contain all the values. Now this is a problem, because I don't need all the values. I need only those value which is relevant. Relevant as in current value. You are saying, I mean, why I would need old value? For that purpose, I have another calculated field. Now that calculated field is called as extract single instance. This one extract single instance field. Now this field works on logic or any condition. This is a conditional extraction. My condition is true or false. I got all the true values, but out of that, if I have 3 values, I need only one. What is my calculated field? Extract single instance. Out of that list of multiple values, I am requiring only one value. For that, I will create it. Sub_cf_easy stands for extract single instance. Now where I have to extract the value, on which business object I have to extract this value. I need to bring the value somewhere, which is that business object that I have to get this value. Job prof. When I said I will extract these values and bring into on a field of a primary business object, I'm creating a custom field and I'm trying to bring the value to the primary business object. The reason why I want to bring the value to the primary business object, because I can add a filter onto that field when I require. Yes, I have to create a worker. Guys, this is a logic that you have to understand. Single instance. Extract single instance. Now it says source field. Now what was my condition? That also I have to understand once again. Why I have to understand once again? Because now is the time to put something on the report. Now it says display the first name, last name, gender, compensation grade. These 4 fields I have there on my report. 1, 2, 3, 4. A job profile is not there. Correct. And do you remember, there is a relationship between job profile and compensation grade. What is that relationship? It is the primary business object Oh, when we created the job profile, you remember we have to create the compensation grade also. Correct. What does that mean? If the compensation grade is there, which means the job profile should be there. That's a direct relationship. Here it says first name, last name, gender, grade, and job profile, 5 fields. I'm making the source field as job profile. I'll show you how I will do it and why I'm doing it. My source field becomes job profile. The related business object automatically comes. Because this is a related business object to worker. Now on what condition I want these job profiles to be displayed? Just now we tried understanding that compensation grade is there, which means job profile would be there. And I have extracted the compensation grade onto a field. This what I'm doing. I'm putting that field as a condition. There you go. And says you sort the field. I will sort the field as per concrete. Now why sorting is required? I'll tell you. Because if I don't sort the values, then what will happen? The job profile will be displayed, but it will not be displayed as per this compensation grade, as per this compensation grade which is there. Once I put it in a report, you will understand it. Now you see sorting direction. Always keep it ascending unless you have changed anything in the report. I have not made any changes in the report. I'll keep it as ascending. Now instance to be returned. Out of that instance, I told you that there could be multiple instances from one user. You see, there are multiple instances. It says which instance you want to put. Or say last one. Why last one? Because last one will be the most active one. And now I'll go ahead and click on. You see, this is not easy. It is complex field. And if you have not understood it, it is. Don't worry. I will explain it to you again once I put it in the report. Now I'll go back onto the report. I'll click on edit. This is a usage of calculated field which I really wanted to show you. How interesting is this? Now I will add a field. Now that field is on worker which I have created. Build a score. And I will. I'll not override for the moment and I'll go ahead and click on. And let's run the report. I'm sure there will be no changes, but let's see in case there is a change. See, the values are being displayed the way it was. Logame. Compensation grade is blank. Similarly, this field is also blank. But if you see this compensation grade, you have the job profile. What was our relationship? If there is a compensation grade, there must be a job profile in real time. It should ideally be not blank. It's 7 o'clock. We have to understand that if I add a filter on this, the report itself, it will display the job profile and it will also display the compensation grade. I have sorted this value as per the compensation grade. Now, what was the rule of the related business objects? The rule was as per the value of the field of a primary business object, the related value of the field of a related business object will be displayed irrespective of any condition. That's the reason my subfilter did not work here, because I added a subfilter on compensation grade and I said that don't display any value where compensation grade is blank. It did not work. The reason was the filter and subfilter does not work together or it has any relationship. I tried establishing that kind of relationship with the help of single instance. I'll show it to you. I'll click on Actions. Go to Custom Report, edit it. I'll add a filter. One filter is already there, which is gender. I'm not removing that, but I am putting another filter. This is the only field, and I'll say it should not be empty. Last one. And click on. Now, when I run this report, you see I'm getting the job profiles here and what is exactly it is doing. It is also giving me the compensation grade. You see that. What does that mean? My condition is getting fulfilled. What is my condition? Display the first name, last name, gender, congregate, job profile. My calculated field is giving the job profile, but it does not show you because the field name is the same. I'll change that. Where the job profiles compensation grid is not empty. My job profiles compensation grid is not empty and based on that it is giving me the job profile. Did you understand? This could be confusing and this is not easy. That's the reason I wanted to help you, to make sure that you have no confusion. Let me override it. Otherwise, we'll get confused again. I'll run the report once again and just wanted to make sure that you understand. There you go. What do you see now? The field name is changed to job profile. And this is the job. If you want to verify, let's go to Steve Martin. That is a user. Steve Martin. Let's go into the job. This is the position, but this is where is the job profile. That is what we have to understand. We'll go into jobs. This is the one Chief Executive Officer. I'm sorry. This is mentioned here itself. What is the job? There you go. Chief Executive Officer Steve Martin. And then let's go into the compensation grade. Let's see. When you go into this position, this is the company or central region. You see all this. You are now going to the job profile. Now you can go into the compensation. You see Apple annual come grade. Yes, Apple annual come grade. This is what it is. Does that make sense, guys? How we got to this? This is a little complex. That's the reason I chose it, to make sure that you understand it clearly and you don't face any challenges with it. These are the two very much used calculated fields that you should know. Now, if you want to represent the true, false also, you can put that. There is no restrictions. You will see for every true value it will give you yes, 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 yes. Let me show that as well. That was on my with business object. It was on job profile. It is on my business object job profile. Now, what is that field? Propose if I just put it in the report and run it. It's giving me yes, yes, yes. It's all true values. It has only picked up those values where it was true. Otherwise, it would have not picked that value. This is very important thing that we have understood today. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.